If you're driving a massive pickup truck but still feel broke, stressed, and stuck, this video's for you. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly how one normal vehicle choice is silently wrecking your finances and what to do instead. You're sitting at a red light. Leather seats, giant touchscreen, hood high enough to block out small countries. From the outside, it looks like success. From the inside, you're one bad month away from panic. Because despite what your truck looks like, you don't work construction. You don't tow trailers, you don't haul equipment. You commute. You own what I call a pavement princess, a work vehicle that never does work, and it might be the most expensive costume you'll ever wear. Today, we're breaking down the real cost of this decision. Not dealership math, not bro logic, not vibes. Actual numbers. Because once you see the math, you'll realize this single purchase is often the difference between building wealth and staying broke forever. The average new pickup truck now costs around $60,000. That's average. The trims people actually want? $75,000, $85,000, $90,000 plus. That is more than what many households earn in an entire year. Let that land. You are financing a machine that costs more than your annual income. And this is where most people stop thinking, because the salesperson doesn't talk about total cost, they talk about monthly payment. Good news, we got you to $1,200 a month. Sounds survivable? Until you zoom out. That payment is stretched across 7 years. 7. That's longer than most people keep relationships, longer than many careers, longer than some mortgages used to be. And the payment is just the opening act. Let's stack reality. Fuel. Big truck is 15 miles per gallon. Normal sedan is 35 miles per gallon. At 15,000 miles per year, you spend roughly truck $3,500 per year, sedan $1,500 per year. That's $2,000 extra annually just to feel tall in traffic. Insurance. You're not insuring a truck. You're insuring a $90,000 luxury object. That alone often adds another $60 to $80 per month. Tires. Truck tires, $1,500 to $2,000 per set. Sedan tires, $600. Everything is bigger. More oil, bigger brakes, more expensive parts. Add another $100 per month. Registration and taxes. Higher vehicle value equals higher fees. Add another $70 to $90 per month. Let's be conservative. Truck payment, $1,200. Extra gas, $170. Insurance bump, $70. Tires, $60. Maintenance, $100. Registration, $80. Total, about $1,680 per month. That is your real truck payment. Not $1,200, almost $1,700. At today's rates, that $90,000 truck often turns into $105,000 plus over the loan. You are paying 5 figures to borrow money to buy something that loses value. That's not ownership, that's renting masculinity from a bank. Now let's build a boring universe. You buy a 3-year-old Camry or Accord for $28,000. Payment? About $450. Insurance? $180. Gas? $125. Maintenance? Low. Total about $850 per month. Difference. Truck path? $1,680. Sedan path? $850. Gap? $830 per month. That's $10,000 per year. Over 7 years, $70,000 plus. Gone. Not including investing, just raw spending difference. If you invested $830 per month at a modest 8% return, after 7 years, roughly $90,000 to $100,000. Which means instead of pretending you're a boat guy, you could actually own the boat. Instead of pretending you're outdoorsy, you could actually travel. Instead of role-playing success, you could be successful. This truck doesn't just drain money, it reshapes your entire life. You can't qualify for the house you want. You skip vacations. Your emergency fund never grows. You start leaning on credit cards. Then the credit cards charge interest. Then you're trapped. Not because you're lazy, not because you're bad with money, because one oversized purchase poisoned your cash flow.
Here's the part nobody talks about. Big payments make you obedient. You can't quit the job you hate. You can't negotiate aggressively. You can't take risks. You can't start the business. You can't pivot careers. Because stability becomes survival. That truck quietly turned you into a hostage.
The truck feels amazing for about 2 weeks. Then it becomes normal. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. Your brain resets. The excitement disappears. The payment does not. You traded permanent stress for temporary dopamine. Worst trade imaginable. Some people truly need trucks. Constructors, farmers, tradespeople, people towing weekly. That's a tool. But most owners, they move a couch twice a year. You could rent a truck for $30. You don't own a tool. You own a costume. The auto industry spent billions linking trucks to identity. Not function, not utility, identity. They sold the idea that truck equals capable, truck equals strong, truck equals real man. None of that is real. Your grandfather built a house with a station wagon. Competence is not stored in a tailgate. Yes, but trucks hold value. Let's do real math. Truck loses 40% of $90,000 equals $36,000. Sedan loses 55% of $28,000 equals $15,400. You still lost more with the truck. Percentages don't pay bills. Dollars do.
Are you buying this vehicle because you need it or because you want to feel a certain way? If it's the second, just admit it. I'm paying tens of thousands of dollars to feel rugged. At least that's honest. What's dangerous is pretending it's practical. Sell it, even if you're upside down. Stop the bleeding. Yes, it hurts, but continuing hurts more. Pride is expensive, boring, used, reliable, 3 years old, 36-month loan max, or cash if possible. Not sexy, not impressive, but it gives you something far better than attention. Options. Friend pulls up in his brand new lifted truck and jokes about your tiny car. You know, you're investing, you're sleeping, you're traveling, you're building something. He's building a payment history. Silently. Cars are not investments, they're tools. You don't buy a $90,000 hammer to hang a picture. You buy what gets the job done. And for 95% of people, that job is commuting. The truck is a trap. Not because trucks are evil, but because marketing convinced millions of people to confuse image with progress. Real power is not sitting high in traffic. Real power is low expenses, high savings, career freedom, peace of mind. Buy the boring car. Keep your money. Build your life. That's real status.